Hi friends, it's me, Daniel, and I'm back with our friend Mr. Stokley, and boy, he's got a funny story for us tonight. Think you'll really enjoy it. Love you guys. Aw, Daniel, you're so sweet. Oh, I love you so much. And you know what? I agree with everything Daniel says. We really miss you guys, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's story. I've got for you a story from Louisiana. It's called Why Alligator Hates Dog. It's a Cajun folktale by J.J. Reneaux. He's the author, and the illustrator, the person who draws the pictures, is Donnie Lee Green. So I'm going to read this in a style that is called Cajun. And what Cajun is, it's a language that people in Louisiana use. It's a combination of English and French. So here we go. Why Alligator Hates Dog. And I like this because this is a note on the Cajun dialect. That means how Cajun people speak. It says, reading and listening to folk tales is a wonderful way for children to learn about the world. Not only do they teach us about our differences, they also remind us of our similarities. You guys love exploring new cultures, meaning different ways of life that people have. Kids delight in learning words and phrases of another language. And this is the glossary. These are some words that you'll see in the story that you may not be familiar with. The first one is Monsieur Crocodrie, and that is Mr. Alligator. And this is Kava, that means how's it going? And here's another one, Non, which is a muffled sound. And this is Mon ami, which is my friend. So when you hear those words, you'll be a little bit more familiar with them. So here we go. Well, back in the olden days, Monsieur Crocodrie was king of the swamps and the bayous. He got plenty of respect for true. Everybody was scared of Alligator's sharp teeth and his great big tail. Everyone, that is, except for the sassy old dog. Every evening, Dog stood on his porch and he teased Alligator something awful. He growled, "Rawr," and he barked, "Rawr, rawr," and he howled, "Aroo, aroo, Monsieur Crocodrie, come and get me. Aroo, Crocodrie, come and get me if you dare," said the old dog. Well, Alligator did not dare go after Dog. He didn't want any trouble with the man who lived at Dog's cabin. Monsieur Crocodrie could only thump his tail, snap his teeth, and hiss. "Someday that dog is gonna get too close, and me, I'm gonna snap him up and grind him to mincemeat," said the crocodile. Now one day, Dog strayed too far from his safe cabin. He was hot on the trail of Rabbit. Thumpity, thumpity, thump. Dog came running down the bank of the bayou. And Rabbit, he was smart. She led him right up to that gator's hole. Rabbit jumped right on over, but Dog didn't see that dark hole in enough time. Uh-oh. Shroom thunk. Dog fell down the hole, and he found himself snout to snout with that old gator, and Dog was in trouble for true. He knew he better do some fast talking. So Dog, he wagged his tail friendly like, and he started to whine. "Missou Crocodile, how you doing?" he said. Alligator, he thumped his big old tail and he said, "So, at last you come to visit, eh? Every evening you tease me. Missou Crocodile, come and get me if you dare."
Ha! Well now, that's just what I'm gonna do to you, you mangy mutt. I'm gonna snap you up and grind you into mincemeat for true. Oh, none, mon ami, that sly dog whined. I didn't say come and get me. I hollered, come and get it. You see, every evening, man brings me a new bowl of juicy scraps. I call for you to come join me for supper. Come to the cabin this evening. You'll see for yourself that I got a special treat for you. Monsieur Crocodile, he licked his chops. But what about your master? He said. Oh, don't worry, said Dog. I'll keep a close watch, and if I see men coming, I'll warn you, and you can escape. Well, Monsieur Crocodile was not very smart. He thought with his stomach instead of his old head. He agreed to come join Dog for supper. And that very evening, Alligator, he crawled up to the bank to the cabin, dragging that great old big tail just right behind him. Dog met Alligator on the front porch steps. Welcome, Monsieur Crocodile. I'm so happy to see you. Alligator hissed. Is man gone? Well, do you see my master? Dog whined. Do you hear my master? Well, Monsieur Crocodile looked around and he didn't see a thing. He listened and all was quiet. Dog grinned as sly as a fox. Come on up, Monsieur. Come on up and get it, said the dog. Why, that gator climbed up onto the porch, and sure enough, there was a bowl heap full of scraps. Alligator, he dipped his snout into that old bowl, and before he could swallow one little juicy bite, Dog started up a great big ruckus. He growled, and he barked, and he howled, "Aroo! Aroo! Master, come quick!" Bang! Suddenly that old door flew open, and man, he came a-running out. He took one look at that gator, and he grabbed himself a broom. Thwack, thwack, thwack! Man whacked that old alligator up beside the head, and Dog jumped hard on that alligator's tail. "Aye, alligator!" cried. Poor Monsieur Crocodile barely escaped back into his hole in time. And to this day, Alligator, he hates Dog. He floats in the water like a half-sunk log. Only his big old eyes can be seen. And he's a-waiting and he's a-watching for Dog to come near. Alligator, he knows that next time he won't let that old dog trick him again. That gator is a whole lot smarter. And if Mr. Crocodile was here, he would tell you for true. If dog plays a trick, here's a little tip. How about you can play it wise? When a dog teases, don't you believe him. Ignore his silly lies. Just laugh at that old hound and stare him down with your great big alligator eyes. And that's the story. And if you ever check this book out from the library, it gives you a little bit of background on the folktale. And this is what it says. Flooding is common in the Cajun country of South Louisiana and Southeast Texas. When I was a girl, all the kids would often go crawfishing after one of the downpours. Our neighbor, Miss Irene Guillory, she took our catch and boiled them up. Wading in the rushing water with the squish of gumbo mud between our toes was great fun. Sometimes it was more exciting than we bargained for. Once an alligator washed up into our ditch. Out Hound Dog Bullet set up an uproar, and he barked and growled, "Monsieur Crocodile, the alligator, he wasn't too bothered by our squealing and yelling, but he hissed and snapped at that old dog like crazy. Later on, after the men had returned, the gator to the swamp, Miss Irene told us this story, which explains why Alligator to this very day hates Dog. I love the story. I knew Dog and Alligator. They acted like the children at school. And to this day, whenever I tell this story, kids just love it. Why? Well, they see in one tale the great struggles of childhood, outgrowing and outsmarting the schoolyard bullies who tease and trick us, the most unsuspecting of classmates. Stories are very important in this process, and an entertaining folk tale delights a kid while passing on an age-old wisdom. And this is the means by which children connect reading and living and are inspired to learn and to read even more. And so when you guys come back next school year to the library, I have many, many other folk tales. And I really like this one, and I hope you did too. Why Alligator Hates Dog. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed the story. We love you all very much, and I'll be back probably tomorrow with another one. So remember, reading is succeeding. Have a great, great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, friends.